Found them. And we'll see if we're playing or drawing. Not saying that being on the play. We have won the die roll. I don't want to lock it up this quick, but you never know. Keep. So, lead with Arbor Elf. As opposed to a basic. Okay, no possible play yield at all. Any other land draw gives us Bloodbraid Elf. Normal, we Utopia Sprawl itself, untap with Arbor Elf. Or, hear me out, give me a red, please. Tap this for green. Let's play a red and 6. Let's shoot down this Delver. And then we pick up a Windswept Heath. We pick up Windswept Heath with Wrenn. Blue Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Picking up a Batterskull, sure. 2, 4. Hear me out. Basic Forest. Tap. Tap. Play a Klothys, sure. Bolt that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Klothys is straight up a creature. Sorry, not me. This month's ManaTraders series is modern. What I did is I moved my desk more to the corner. They Force of Negation to me. Okay. Go to combat. So if I were to show you the rest of the room, this part of the room is the same as always. It always was there. So it's just a slightly different angle overall. I just moved the desk itself a little bit over more towards the corner. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, used set things up a little bit, have different monitors. That's what my wife said too, and it might just have been that I was literally using the camera off of the... I was literally using the camera off of the thing before. So, Klothys will eat a Force of Negation. So, going from a laptop camera to, this kind of changed things, I guess. Tap for green. Tap for green. That was wrong. I guess we could salvage it by Ren and 6 picking up the fetch land. Yeah. So we can either plus Chandra. Play an Arbor Elf. I meant to pay half and half. Potentially, I could have done that too before casting the Arbor Elf. Right, move to combat. They'll put the Batterskull in. Attack. And I'm wondering if there's a better way I could have done it and maybe played Chandra post-combat. There probably was a better way that I could have done it. Well, I know there would have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, that way, if I would have baited out the Batterskull, then Chandra could have just shut it down. I'm worried more about them because Klothys is absolutely wakened up that any path they draw, any kind of path is just going to turn Klothys back off. So, and as long as I get that next turn, Chandra can shoot down the Batterskull and they don't have enough to pick it up and put it back down. Now this is a problem because if they put Sword of Feast and Famine, okay, thank God. But that protects the Batterskull from Chandra now. So I had all these Arbor Elves. That the fact that they already had the other sword was bad news for me. Okay. So, Klothys. Enter Delver. They've already played the Batterskull. We've seen that one. So the question is more... We could potentially take them off red and draw a card and then see what Chandra gets us. Drawing a card for a Scavenging Ooze, who is not a blue and or red creature, but there's only one guy in there. I was going to say, I didn't even get a choice. Well, you didn't get a choice because it was a Stomping Ground. Okay. Ren and 6. pick up the Windswept Heath, which could have been the land you played instead. Well, I can't attack, but I have an Arbor Elf I can eat, and then Scavenging Ooze I can get to a 4/4. Chandra's almost to ultimate. I need to defend Chandra's honor at all costs. Block. Eat an Arbor Elf. Eat the other Arbor Elf. Hey! How about that one? What are my options? Do I get an option? I get... Yeah, we're going to cast that one. I like to cast an Elder Gargaroth. They're paying cost. They have mana leak. We could not have paid for it anyway. Potentially, we could have gotten 2 green instead. If I get green, I play the Windswept Heath, get a green, put it back. Okay. I can't pick the creature up, however. Still attacking Chandra. Okay, we'll block. There is not Delve, I don't believe. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like to cast an Elder Gargaroth. Now this deals 5 to any target. No, it's not red damage. Of course you could have done that. Mana Leak. I feel like we pay this. Or do I just Bloodbraid Elf and shoot down the Germ? Or are they going to have... It's just cast. So that will shoot down the Germ because of the colorless source. And it didn't really occur to me that I could do this. Combat. Attack for 10. They would have to suit up. Okay. I'm hoping that's enough. For them to get the lifelink, they'd have to tap out. And then it's 5, and I should be able to get through potentially on this. Well, I cast the spell and I shoot it down. That's not true. It'd have a 6 butt. All right. So we broke through that, luckily. Now they do have a lot of basics, so the Blood Moon seem less impressive, but the Abrades seem great. The Collector Oof seems great. Cindervines, Boil. I mean, you gotta play Boil. The Lightning Bolts aren't as bad as they were before, just due to the prevalence of wanting to kill Stoneforge Mystic. But I think I could trim the Cleansing Wildfire. I could probably trim a Bone Crusher Giant. Clothis seems good. No, they had Delver. So maybe I do want Bone Crusher Giant still. I'm forgetting that I saw Delver. I mean, Elder Gargaroth doesn't seem like the same heavy hitter it might be elsewhere. Scavenge Ooze, we saw Mana Leak. We know they hit us with a Snapcaster Mage. I think Cindervines is probably something I want. They had a lot of basics. I mean, if we can get an Elder Garg, like if they're going to have something like 1 and a white, remove, exile, red or black permanent, something like Gargaroth is going to shine. Trim another one. We trim both of that down. We trim this down. And I'll trade a Boil for a Gargaroth. Other way around. Okay. So that's a more variety pack sampler platter. Ooh. No, thank you. Turn 4 before we do anything in a world against the Mana League deck. I can't go for that. So they're keeping 7. We're going to mulligan. My thinking here is at least I can have like a 1 mana, 2 mana interactive spell if they go for a quick Delver or Stoneforge. So depending on how they play, like this will be like Opt or something. You may opt. Okay, play Stoneforge or something to that effect, then I can fight it now. Otherwise, I deploy like Collector Oof. And I understand it's into Mana Leak mana, but also, how about end step? Say they deploy Stoneforge here, right? Still on their turn, we lightning bolt it. Then they don't have the protection of force negation because it's their turn, not mine. So they're finding Batterskull. So we will shock. Bolt. Hi, buddy. Untap. Now, if I play Arbor Elf here, that starts opening me into the 3 mana plays, and maybe that's worthwhile. Because if I just play Oof, he's just the dumb idiot. We could always draw a land to unlock. I think I would rather have the pressure. You're okay. You're okay. Good boy. Because also, if I can make them fight this, then if I draw a land, I can play Clothis uncontested. It's just a thought. Right? What? Why are you staring at me? It's weird. Lightning Helix down. Why do that sorcery speed? Why do that sorcery speed? Do you think I'm playing Giant Growth? I mean, maybe I am. So something like a braid could catch a Batterskull, especially if we do it on their turn as opposed to ours for force negation purposes. Lightning Bolt. Okay. Mm-hmm. Our 20 land deck does not draw a lot of land. Although, I guess to a degree it's like 28 when you factor in Arbor Elves and the Utopia Sprawls. Do you have like an end step Snapcaster Opt? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So this does open me to force negation, but I think I was willing to do it before they get the card. That could be wrong. Now here's another thing. Do they just go... They just go for Batterskull. So if we draw like the Abrupt Decay or whatever... I could just cast Bonecrusher Giant. Do you cast Bonecrusher Giant, who can die to all the bolts and stuff like that in the world, or do we get Clothis going so that we can cast Bloodgrave Elf? I answered my own question. Because this is still available to me later. I don't have to use it right now. Sorry, I just realized. I have yielded for the turn, so I guess I'm open to whatever's going to happen to me. And what was happening to me? What did they do? Played a land, played a germ. Okay. So, Clothis, we've hit the land. I don't need it anymore. We can target a lightning bolt. Potentially Snapcaster shenanigans from their side. No, okay. Yes. I like to cast lightning bolt. Yes. Up top. This could still be countered. This could still be mana leaked. They didn't, though. No attacks. Potentially should have hit the Helix instead. Should have hit the Helix over the bolt. That'd just have been correct. Because like I said, we're still holding another bolt. They had Path. Yes, let's use Path. And they had a bolt, Snapcaster. That puts me down to 6. Attack for 6, dead. They're just playing good old-fashioned, what was that, 2014 Modern? I'm trying to think what was in play. Steam Vent, Hollowed Fountain. Although Cleansing Wildfire, we can draw them into the boil. Right. They seem scared of Collector Roof. I don't necessarily know why. Gravedigger's Cage, maybe Relic. Relic for Snapcaster. But I guess we have Scavenging Ooze for that. Red and 6 seems underwhelming, but it's a way to kind of hit land drops. I hit submit. You took too long. You let me get the Relic in there, and that's gonna save the day. Come on. Mm-hmm. That was game 2, right? Yeah, what did they see that they need to completely overhaul their sideboard? They still had Path for us, which makes me less impressed with stuff like Elder Gargaroth. And let's get more Cleansing Wildfire back in. We've got it all. They're giving me too much time. Alternatively, they want to give me all the time in the world, so I keep making dumb choices. Like putting in more boils. Look at this. Top end, 4 mana. Like a dream. Or a nightmare, if you prefer. One thing I was curious about is the layout. I moved some stuff around, whether the chat is still easily readable. It looks like the chat is still readable. Hopefully. Yes, I'd like to play first. Oh, so close. Keep this, ship a Stomping Ground. I could thin the deck by using Windswept Heath. How far did they go? They went to 6 cards. So next turn we could have Bone Crusher and or Bolt available, or just play out a threat. Like that's completely an option. Is just play a threat. They took a shock. Could get Arbor Elf going. Like, I assume this is opt. Opt, perhaps opt. I'm going to play a 4-3. So, yes, it would have been better to play Arbor Elf there. But they probably had opt or Path to Exile, giving themselves the option between the two. That's plausible. So we still have red available to us if we needed it to kill something. Alternately, we can... Well, we're going to fetch out Stomping Ground just to thin further. Shocking now for a Delver so that they can pay for Mana Leak. if we go for mana leak here, I can pay for mana leak here. One, two, three, four, five. Remember when I was complaining about drawing land? Remember back in those days when I was complaining about drawing land? Hey, I got a collect roof. What up? I'll attack with an Arbor Elf. What are you going to do? Play a Snapcaster Mage? Sure. Block. Trade my Arbor Elf. That's fine. What the hell is he doing? Nothing. Path my Arbor Elf. Interesting. Interesting. Boil? Just hear me out. Boil would be really good right now. Just saying. Dead. The danger of not playing card selection spells means you literally just kind of draw off the top. Throw up in my mouth a little bit. The good news is we have a lot of life. So if I play Chandra, I still want to have mana left over. Be able to play around Mana League. They could have Mana Leak. They could have Cryptic. Why wouldn't they have Cryptic? Spell Pierce. Well, I'm paying for that. Maybe they have lots of Spell Pierces. Now maybe they have Mana Leak. So they really don't have anything going on. So this next one we draw is going to be good. Just trying to take away the chance that we draw crap. Turn off most of their land. They could go get a second blue there. But turn off their ability. Okay. So they'll have blue, red, and white. What do you got for me? Bolt. Snapcaster Helix. Puts me at 8. Gives me basically 1 turn to find anything. And therefore, I will draw Basic Mountain to go with my Blood Moon. Or what's something else that does not impact the board? Clothis. We could draw Clothis. How about Bloodbraid Elf? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. That was the draw all land all day long match. Holy crap.